Hey guys, bringing you another post-match replay of me playing in the Comet. You can see that we've got a very nice matchup in this tank, where we're one of only 5 tier 7 tanks as top tier, and you know what that probably means in the Comet, that something juicy's coming up. This has to be probably my favourite tank in the game at the moment. I don't play it all that often, but I seem to get fairly good results in it. Maybe it's just luck, or I don't know. So here we can see we're trying to take out the steward on the move. The IS hits him just before we do, taking the first kill. We put our second shell into the Comet, who turned his turret just as we fired, so we hit his mantler. And don't be afraid to poke at IS turrets. You can see there we were able to go straight through just to the side of the mantler of the IS. Okay, so we see that this IS is pushing, so I want to be aggressive and go with him as well. We took a huge shell from the IS on the side, and also lose our track. So there goes our repair kit. But the upside is that we get to put some pressure on this Comet. Just shooting him on the move, I don't really want to take hits from him right now. I think that the IS is going to kill him. But the IS was quite slow to fire, so I should have probably stopped there and aimed, and I've already kind of wasted at least one kill in this game. So, I have no idea what this KV-1S is doing on their team. He's basically YOLOing around in their spawn, so I decide to take a couple shots at him. I see an artillery fire from about here, so I decide to try and flush him out. After I fire a couple of shells, I realise that the Comet does not have that much ammo, and I'm tearing through my rounds already. But we find that it was quite likely that we did hit the Hummel with our blind shot, and he's moving around now. So we decide to finish him off. Unfortunately, we get a very low roll, 112. That doesn't stop our second shell from going cleanly in, and we counter battery an artillery who wasn't spotted apart from with a tracer. So here I'm being a bit cheeky, and I realise this is a very dangerous position. Our Sixth Sense goes off, and that alerts me to pull back as quickly as I can. Sixth Sense really, guys, is a massive tool. I don't think I get very annoyed now when I play tanks without Sixth Sense, because it's such a game changer. It really is. So after you've got repair as your first skill on your commander, I totally suggest switching it out and getting it to being a perk when it gets to 100%. So here we can see there's a KV-1S below us. He's got a stock turret. We're not worried about him at all. We put one shot into him. I decide to go down because I might have been spotted from the right, and also, I mean, this is just some tasty damage to soak up. My team didn't really need help here against this guy, but I'm just being a bit cheeky and wanting to do some damage, if I'm honest with you. So I used quite a few third-person shots in the Comet, as you can see. Think about aiming at the back, looking to see how much health he's got left, and we take the kill. So we managed to do 639 damage to that KV-1S. So it was probably quite worth going down there, even though, if we're very honest, our team didn't need help. And if I'd stayed up on the hill, looking back on it now, it might have been a better move to secure the position. If they had pushed up the hill very aggressively, we might have lost it. But equally, they didn't at that time, so the hill was safe. So now I can see that there are fast TDs, fast American turreted TDs, going straight for our artillery. So I fire one for luck, put the second shell in, and the third shell. So, now we can see there's a T-49 still going for our artillery. Here I'm constantly thinking, my Sixth Sense has not gone off, my Sixth Sense has not gone off, my Sixth Sense has not gone off, it's not gone off, it's not gone off. That means that it's likely that there's not a tank to the south of me. And here we go, now it's time to work this T-49 from behind. Put a cheeky second shell in, and we finish him off just before he kills that AMX. And remember that we managed to save the AMX, and you'll see that later on in the game he does come in rather handy, and he says thank you to us in chat, which was nice of him. So now we can see that there was someone behind us, but he obviously hadn't spotted us because he's just advanced to the mid-ridge. So he's dug in there, and it's a KV-3 which has got fairly good armor unless we can hit flat surfaces in the Comet. I'm constantly looking to my right to think about if he's getting me or not. Here we can see the VK, and we've been spotted, so I think KV-3 must have spotted me from the right. So I move forwards to try and avoid the KV-3 fire. I can see he's not aiming at me at the moment. I aim at the side of his turret. Fortunately, the shell goes low. I fire a second one before I pull forwards. Now we're going to try and finish off this VK. I'm trying to find the shot. Looks like I just need to place one over the building. And it looks like it went through the building window, which was quite fortunate. So we're on 5 kills now. The game's very close. We've got a KV-3 on very high health to the west of me. And an IS-2 who's got 2 kills, who we've yet to establish what his position is. I just want to work his KV-3 at the moment. But we don't spot him. The view range in the Comet off the top of my head is about 370 meters, so its view range is quite good. So we should be able to spot most tanks before they spot us at tier 7. And I feel like the Comet's camera rating is much better than, for example, the Centurion at 8. So we bounce on the KV-1, and then I think we hit his tracks, and he manages to pen us, so that was not a very good exchange with a tier 5 heavy tank at range. KV-1 armor is so troll. For some reason this KV-3 just fired at us, and I have no idea why, so I decided to go back and try and get a cheeky shot, but there was not a shot to be had. Somebody did quite a lot of damage to that KV-3, and this IS-2 just came backwards. He hadn't seen me, and we put one into him. I tried to hit his track, as you guys might have seen there, but it didn't manage to take the track off. So right, this game's getting very close now, very close indeed. And for some reason, this IS is advancing down the hill, and I have no idea why. I have no idea what he's doing. He frustrates me. I feel like I need to go and start to push to help him out. And I start getting shot at from what I thought was the KV-3, but I realise it wasn't the KV-3 in a second. There's a Jagdpanzer coming up. I'm telling him now in chat to go back, I say in caps. And I get shot then by the KV-1, who hits my lower plate again. So this is becoming an absolute nightmare now. I get quite annoyed when I'm watching the stream. I call that IS a donkey or something. Because why would he not force the IS-2 to advance at him up the slope where I could get side shots at him? And right now this looks like a very ugly situation. Very ugly situation. But I don't like to lose in the Comet, that's for sure. I reverse along here because I was still worried that the KV-3 might get a shot at me. And there's always a chance of a miracle bounce using the turret. Fortunately, the KV-3 does not see me here, otherwise that could have been the end of the game right now. And here's the AMX. He gets shot by the IS-2, which allows me to get a shot into him. So that AMX that we saved earlier, apart from doing a fair amount of damage, manages to allow us to get a kill. And we shot the Jagdpanzer, pulled back, duped his shot, and then put a second shell into him. And now I'm starting to feel in control of this game. We've got this KV-1 who was shooting us at range so much earlier. I'm going to put one into his mid plate there. Trying to shoot him through there. We hit his lower plate and we pull backwards. He's panicking now. He was getting all confident, not so confident anymore. We try and shoot one underneath this Jagdpanzer, it doesn't hit. And we get a nice clean shot on his lower plate. So that was our Radley Walters medal, and now we've just got a KV-3 to clean up. I stop and think for a second. If I get hit once and he's using the 122mm, I'm dead. I was thinking maybe I should go cap. Maybe I should go cap. Looking back on it now, I'm sort of taking a risk here. taking a risk to try and get the last kill. I get spotted, so I pull back, thinking that my SU-152 will be putting shots up on the KV-3. We edge round, he misses. We put our first shot in, our second shot in. Our third shot just goes slightly right, but our fourth takes him out, securing the 9th kill, which was a great result. Okay guys, so we just watched a replay where I got 9 kills in the Comet. Here are the after game results. We can see that we get ourselves 7,122, or I hasten to add that this was for a triple, which means the actual experience that we got with a premium account was 2,374, which was still a strong result. We made quite a few credits from the game as well, even though we were firing a few premium rounds at the end. We can see that we did 4k damage, which was a very tasty result for this matchup. Our team did a fair amount. We just were in the right positions at the right time to try and make the kills happen. I adore the Comet, as you guys might know. I seem to get quite good results in it. I don't know. I don't seem to play it that much. So it's surprising for the amount of Radley Walters and Pools medals that I seem to get. On paper, the Comet doesn't look like a brilliant tank, but I think it's such a fantastic all-rounder. I would consider it to be like a Pershing tank of Tier 7. And remember, Tier 7 can't meet Tier 10 tanks. And with the introduction of premium rounds for credits, that means that the Comet's main weakness, i.e. maybe its penetration, can be accounted for if you've got the credits to invest. You'll still make credits from the game even if you do 5 premium rounds, especially if you buy them when they're half price in bulk. Anyway guys, I hope you've enjoyed this replay. I really appreciate it if you've liked it, if you give it a thumbs up. If this is your first time watching, think about subscribing to the channel and check out my live streams on Twitch TV/QuickieBaby on Tuesdays, Thursdays and Sundays. Thanks a lot for watching guys, and good luck on the battlefield, and I'll catch you later.